Hey guys, Steve Zalunardo. We're back again. We're gonna do just hot topics of the month, and Chris is gonna read off some questions. Obviously, I don't know what he's gonna ask me. It's not rehearsed, so it's just off the cuff reactions.
There's this article that came out saying that buyers who've been flocking to Ontario's cottage country for cheaper prices are in for a rude surprise. And essentially, what it's saying is that they're predicting that there's going to be a 10% drop in prices in the cottage country.
But flocking how? For rentals or just for to buy and live?
Yeah. So they're saying that they're going to like Muskoka or really
Yeah.
these places just outside of the city
For better
for
pricing?
better pricing.
Yeah.
And then they're saying because of that, prices have been driven up so far.
Sure.
Now they're going to have a pullback, at least 10%. They're predicting.
Yeah, I think so too, because obviously things are becoming more affordable here in the GTA. So as people were forced to go out, even for investment's sake, they'll start buying closer to the city. Yeah, for sure that'll be affected.
Yeah.
It's always a transition when the market corrects itself. It's almost like a wave that comes in, and then it just pulls back. So the wave starts from, let's say, Toronto, this big wave, and it basically heads up to north of Muskoka and all these areas here, and then as it's pulling back the value. So by the time you get to like out of Barrie and stuff like that into York region and back into Toronto, like the body of water will remain down in Toronto. Usually the value always stays up there. So it goes 705 gets affected, 905, then 416 is basically the wave. Yeah.
And why does it usually happen like that?
What do you mean?
Specifically going from like outside and coming in, why does it affect?
It's affordability, right? If let's for even kids that live in Woodbridge or let's say Bolton, for example, like they're getting married, they're looking for a residence, they can't afford to buy back in the community they grew up in. It's what it is. So they usually push to go further north. Either they're going to go to Tottenham, Alliston, Barrie. But at some point, like not even Tottenham became unaffordable, Alliston became unaffordable. And then like Barrie became unaffordable, and then it was like, where do you go from there? They went to Midland. They went as far as Midland, right? And then some people said, screw, we're not going to buy. We're just going to, like, we can't afford it. Some people just succumb to never buying a property and typically going to rent. So this must be a breath of fresh air what's happening with the market now, where people kind of see, like some light at the end of the tunnel, where if they save their money, they'll be able to have an opportunity in the next, let's say, year in a bit, because the market is still pretty like aggressively high right now in market value. If that's down 10%, I think it's going to be 10% of whatever's down here. So if we drop 10, that's going to drop 20 in total. I think anyway. I could be wrong, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, just historically, when we look at, like I said, it's the wave that comes in and pulls back. It's pulling back its value, and people will start dumping money closer to the city rather than up there. So they'll start suffering, not having the buyers. Not just the buyers. They're not having the buyers with big pocketbooks, because what happens if someone's losing properties in Tottenham, they're trying to buy, I don't know, a townhouse for like $700,000-800,000, even $1 million at the height of the market, and then they're going up there and they're looking at a small detached that's $800,000, but it's overpriced for the people in that area. This buyer that's further south will pay that $800,000, $900,000, whatever it is, and then upset that market and then be more affordable. And it's a domino effect, because then the people from Barrie that are born and bred can't afford to be there. So then those guys move to Midland, right? So, but as the market pulls back, everyone will come back to where they need to be.
A lot of people are searching for rentals and having a hard time coming across them. And just recently a report was put out saying that we're expected to have at least an 11% increase in rental prices by 2022, the end of 2022.
We know rent has gone through the roof. It's astronomical right now. And we know when COVID hit, those condos suffered tremendously. We're talking, I don't know what the percentage form is, someone can do the math, but let's say a one-bedroom condo in the city was renting for $2,200. Those went down to like $1,700. What's the fast math on that? 40%? Something, it's got to be up there. And then we have this huge increase in rent because people couldn't afford houses, so people were forced to rent. But if prices come down and people are able to buy again, so why would rent go up? Maybe because people are selling, but I don't know. I don't see like a huge influx unless they're banking on immigration coming in and pushing up the prices because inventory is swallowed. But I think obviously housing prices will become affordable and people will always want to buy before they lease. So I don't know. Is that a gimmick to build more rental properties in the area? I don't know. In the city, like, hey, we need more and let's do it. And it's government assisted and they start building apartments like a socialist country. Like, I don't know what that is, right? Obviously, housing's an issue here. We know that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't see it jumping up more.
I guess it goes hand in hand with the rentals.
I think it's going to pull back. Like, I don't know. People make me laugh. Like, so we know inflation's a huge issue. I got a call from a realtor, and sometimes the people are just so detached from the general public. Like, I represent the general public. I work for hardworking families. That's my my clients. I have a few maybe wealthy clients that we buy big properties, stuff like that. But it's more my general clientele is basically hardworking families, people that work two jobs, or husband and wife work just to provide a better life for their family. Those are my people. So if inflation happens, it's affecting them, because even if they're making a solid income like $100,000 or $200,000 combined, after our crazy ass taxes in this country, there's not much money left to play. Plus the insurance payments are massive. Like if you own a car, what the payments are, 3-4K, depends, right? Then your cell phones, which we need naturally, that's a huge expense. Like to run a house, property insurance, everything's bloody expensive. At the end, there's not much money to throw around. So if you're going to the pumps and you're normally spending like $80 to fill up, and now it's $130, that's $70 out of someone's pocket. So if they're only pulling in $1,500 clean a month, or a week rather, and 70 here, so 70 per week, that's what, to 280. So it's $300. So they're $1,500. Now you're down to 2220, something like that, right? And then you keep going down. Then you go grocery shopping, and that brings you down another couple $100, $200-300. Now you're up to like $800. You know what I mean? Then you still got to make your mortgage payment. You still got to do your insurance. Like, sure, inflation's going to affect us. So talking about rental prices, like the inflation's going to curve that, because people can't be able to afford. Mm-hmm. What are they going to do? They're going to sit tight. Yeah, they can. I don't know. You're gonna have homeless people. I don't know. Like, what's the option? Yeah. The government builds rental apartments, like slums. Like, what are they gonna do? No one's gonna respect those buildings. They're gonna be. You don't want to raise a family in there. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. And then leave it to the government to do anything on time and on budget. Like, what are they gonna build, and where? They're a disaster. You can't give them a massive project like that to do, because it's gonna be overspent. Not on time, and by the time they build it, it'll be irrelevant. So I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea. So, yeah.
What do you think like an alternative around that would be?
For rentals?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Or even just
like
I guess like housing in general.
For where people to live?
Yeah. If we end up having like a issue.
I don't know. Honestly, I have no. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I think a lot of our laws are shit here regarding rentals, like legal basement apartments. I know everybody rents their basements here, let's say in Vaughan, like a lot of people do, but it's illegal. But if you go to Toronto, you can create a legal basement apartment. I think that, like, all that has to open up. You have to give people options. How about my development up north, where I'm trying to build and supply housing or rentals to the market, and I'm 11 months into this. I'm going to be into that project for like $200,000 in hard cash, and I haven't put a shovel in the ground. How many more can I do of these? Yeah. So I got to wait a year, put $200,000 in, and do I cash out and make any money on this? Can I build anything? I don't know. Is the market's in a decline? Is it worth doing anything? But I still got to put $200,000 there. So I got $200,000 dormant there. Then maybe we don't build anything, and we just keep it as we're going to plant tomatoes on both those lots. So that's pretty much it. I don't know, buddy. Honestly, yeah. I think they have to open up a lot of things with the developers too, right? Because people will build. Like, it's a great country, but it's just so much red tape. It's almost not worth it, honestly.
Yeah, and it's because you, at that time when you first put in the application, you were ready to go like right away.
Oh, geez, yeah. I wanted to go. I wanted to build. Now it's like the longer the time prevailed, it's like the market changed, and it's like, do I really want to build it? But also look at the development charges. So we're talking about a shortage of houses, a shortage for people to live. Toronto just raised their development charges, their DC. Charges to 49%. I think we did this last time on here. So 49%. So it was like 100 and something and change. Now it's like 140,000. Like, who gets that? It's you and me pay for that. And where do we get that money from? We don't earn it. Yeah. We just get a lent from the bank. Like, how long can this go? Like, people, and then the incomes are stagnant and inflation's high. Like, how do we be able to afford everything?
So this article says, people are worried as a notorious U.S. equity firm Blackstone opens Toronto office.
Oh, I heard about this.
So just in general, like,
yeah.
I don't want to dig too deep into this.
Sure.
It's kind of complicated, but what do you think they're doing considering coming to Toronto?
A friend of mine called me yesterday because this company just bought, I think, $500 million worth of commercial units from a guy based in our area in Kleinburg. Someone has sold $500 million worth of commercial property to these guys. So I don't know. What's their gimmick? They probably see a market that's overvalued and it's ready to crash. So they're going to be here to buy naturally at a low price, and then ultimately do what they want with the properties later. Isn't it something similar that I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm selling out at the height. I'm cashing in. I'm going to hold my chips and ready to buy. It's the same idea. So I'm stationing myself in Florida. We're going to be stationed here in Toronto. Like that market's going to shift a bit too. It's not as aggressive as here. I think rather that they won't shift because we're carrying way more mortgages here in this country than anywhere in the world, right? We're way over leveraged. So again, they just bought $500 million worth of commercial. So I don't know if they don't see like warehousing and stuff like that going down, because there's obviously a future for that, right? Everything's big box stores, stuff like that, like Amazon. They need warehousing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it makes sense. It makes sense. They're getting ready.
Yeah.
They're going to start hunting. They're getting, they're at the hunt camp right now. They're basically oiling their guns, getting their ammunition ready, setting up a plan, ready to go hunting. Now they're waiting for the game to come out. So same idea. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I hope I'm wrong, to be honest, but I think it's going to be a rough go here for a bit.
When are we going to get some new good articles?
Where, in the media?
Yeah.
Is there any good articles? You better watch a comedy show or
Seems
something.
like never.
Hey guys, yeah, if you like these videos, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll get you on the next one. Ciao.